What does everyone else want to be on?
I've always said Love Island. And I feel like I've talked
Yeah, I feel like Love Island.
She submitted it to the Long Island.
Crush Love Island.
Guys, you girls
You
have
would crush Love Island.
courage because I don't think I could do that.
It seems like actual torture.
It seems like I just don't think that like I could get like
Love Island?
personality like judged
But it sounds-
like that and like
yeah, that
look.
is.
Just it's the recording all the time. Like I saw like do you
Also having to be in a bathing suit 24/7.
but apparently they have like cameras in the girl who was on was it Molly May's season? The girl, she had like, her name was like Anna.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? She has a podcast.
Yeah.
She has a podcast with her sister, I think. And she said that they had cameras in the bathroom.
What?
So apparently
They do have cameras in the
take their
bathroom.
shirt off. So
Yeah,
that,
she
like
said
the
that
cameras
too.
in the bath. So like when you want to say something, because like they can't.
But it's like, is
put
someone
out.
watching me poop?
No, there's not cameras in the toilets. There's cameras in the general bathroom, like the sink
Oh.
and stuff, but like the shower's closed off. Like, but you can see people in the shower.
Also, you can
but,
see
like,
people in the shower.
can't-
They can like talk to each other in the shower.
Yeah, no, well, like people like fucking hook up in the shower. They like show it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Stuff
Yeah,
that they
that's
show.
a little
Do you have to be
too-
comfortable with like?
I feel like Bachelor's a little more PC.
It is a little bit
Yeah,
more
Bachelor is
PC.
definitely way more PC.
It's a little bit, and you also like, you know, if you're like the lead, the Bachelor, Bachelorette, like at the end of the day, you could like close your door. Like,
Yeah.
Totally. There's
And
no,
I
like,
also
boom,
feel like
boom room.
the Bachelor, Bachelorette, they get way more shit if they are like sexually active. Like I forget who.
Yeah.
Like one of the guys or one of the girls, they were like making out with like every one of the contestants, whatever. Like fuck it. I mean, you're dating these people.
Yeah, you
Like,
gotta
know-
pick.
you gotta know if they're good kissers.
Yeah.
Then also if they
Everyone was giving them shit for like just making out with everyone, and I feel like even if you do like the hideaway, like people are like, oh, like what a slut, like she slept with him and he didn't pick her, like whatever, like.
But then if you're a virgin, they make it like the entire point of the whole season.
Oh god, yeah, with
that's so
Colton that
true.
was
With
awful.
Colton, that was
Like,
weird.
it's just
also
so
like
weird.
it's just like sometimes so confusing to me that like how come this latest season like everyone on Love Island like became so famous and like
I know.
every time I've personally follow like majority of them on TikTok.
I'll tell you why.
Yeah, tell me.
Because this is my theory.
Knowledgeable. Here you go.
Knowledge. I was gonna say.
So Love Island went to Peacock.
Yes.
And there were less restrictions, so this round was way more juicy.
Yeah,
it
way
was
more
way
juicy.
sexier.
Yeah.
There was like the challenge was.
It was
remember
what
the
on
challenge where they
ABC?
had to like you either got tied up or you put a blindfold on. Do you remember that time?
That was
Yeah.
crazy.
That was freaking insane.
Yeah.
And also like
I'm sorry. No, wait.
All right, guys. Quick interjection. What would you rather be, tied up or
I think I would have rather
or
been
what?
blindfolded?
No, tied up
tied
a million
up,
percent
tied up, for
because
sure.
the blindfolded people didn't get to see what was going on, and it doesn't matter if you're tied up; you can't touch them.
Yeah. I'd be
tied up.
Also, I don't want to see what's going on then if somebody's like
tied up.
kissing.
It's out
I'd
of my
rather have
hands.
my eyes than like I guess.
Yeah, I'd be so scared. What's gonna
blindfolded.
happen?
Wait, is this in a sexual sense or just in general?
Oh no, in the challenge.
Oh.
In the challenge, like they were
I
either
actually like being tied up.
and like they couldn't do anything, or they were like.
I'm like, I'm not for either.
Sorry, keep
No,
going,
I'm all
Caroline.
for like ignorance is bliss, like what we were talking about. Like I don't want to see that shit.
Yeah, totally.
blindfolded.
Sign me up.
Yeah, no, Caroline, I definitely agree. Because was it on? I know it was on Hulu, but I can't remember. Was it ABC? I think it was.
It became less like.
It would definitely had a
Plan
hit a
safe.
boom.
I think it was
The drama was just not. I also think the characters, like the people this season, were way more likable in a way.
Even like the swimsuits they were wearing, like just seemed more like even their outfits were like.
yeah, and also USA.
More nipple.
Like the first season of Love Island USA, it was on like the top of a hotel in Vegas.
Yeah, that was
Like,
crazy.
their budget was also 1,000 times smaller than it is now. You know, the promo and everything that they can push out now that they're at Peacock is so much higher.
And also the host Ariana, like she's so relevant.
Exactly. Exactly.
Like right now, like she was like so like it was like her past
It was
2 years,
perfect
so-
timing to have her come on. I did like Sarah Hyland, but
Me too. I love Sarah Island.
Love Sarah.
And
Ariana
Wells.
was a great. Oh, love Wells, yeah.
As an editor, I desperately want to know like how
So
turn that around.
they
quick.
will have a full season of Love Island beforehand to get all the camera shots correct. To know where if someone sits in this area, they have this camera perfectly set up there.
they
do
record
a full
that?
season with people. They record the whole thing. They don't put it out.
Whoa, what?
But what if it's really good?
They will take the characters and potentially, if they don't have a couple, like I forget their names, but there's a couple on TikTok. They talk about it, and they were a couple that came from the pre-season.
What's it called? Like just like the.
It's called Nothing. You think that you
Cats.
are gonna come on Love Island, but it's the non-aired version.
No way.
And
That sucks.
And,
Holy
but
shit.
if you are a good
honestly be like,
character,
going through all
and you don't
that?
end up in a couple, you will there's a potential you could be called in for the real season.
That's true, but I just feel like at that point, like you've kind of gone through it a little bit, so like you're less like I feel like going in not experiencing it at all is like, you know what I mean? Like you're getting this person's
yeah. Well, but the common thing with Love Island now is they do bring back people, like they bring back
Rob or what? Yeah,
Rob, whatever. And I'm
Remember
watching
when he
Love
like
Island
hooked up with that
Australia.
girl?
Yeah,
It was so crazy.
her name was like Chrissy. She came out for like one episode.
She
Fucked
came
him
out for
and
one
left.
episode and they had sex. That was
Honestly,
like
respect.
insane.
Oh.
Yeah, no respect, totally.
But like Love Island Australia, they just had a one of the USA contestants, Sydney, come on to this season. So like they've had crossover anyways, like people that's already experienced it, and you can watch it.
Yeah. Wait, Gia, how do you know that stuff?
You guys, have we been dropping knowledge this episode?
Is this the most knowledgeable episode?
Because like I
just people
didn't know
know.
they
Honestly,
had a
TikTok,
I didn't
like, I
know
knew it from
not know they
TikTok.
had like a fake thing that
Yeah.
aired out.
Yeah.
I just learned that maybe 6 months ago. Like it was
makes
crazy
sense,
because
though, if
I
they
was
were trying
so
to sell
curious.
it.
Like how the fuck did they turn it around so quick?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
still
yeah.
don't know the answer to that. Like the editing of that stuff, but I know the voiceover guy. Like he'll come in
Yeah.
at like
Oh, I
midnight.
met him.
Do you guys think that
he's
they
in the
changed the plot line? Like, do you think
They
that
fuck with
like,
production
after
fucks.
when they're editing? Do you think they
Leah
fuck-
and Miguel talked about that and said
Definitely
that, like,
gave Leah a bad edit.
yeah, and Leah
Yeah.
and Miguel said that like production wouldn't let them talk to each other for like the first like 2 days.
It makes me feel so bad when they like. I feel like they make it seem like the public hates them.
Yeah,
when they're in the thing.
I know, I
They
feel bad,
tried to
too.
make it. They really tried to make Leah feel like people hated her,
Yeah.
and they just didn't. It was crazy. Like
Yeah.
the tweets that they were picking, I was convinced. I was like, they must have been pulling these or making
Yeah.
these up because
Wait. Okay, so this is like random weird tea, but when I was like with this girl, one of my friends from college, her friend from her work, she was like one of the roommates with Alex Earl, and Alex Earl was having a dinner with like Leah and Rob and Miguel and all of them. And she told me this past summer that like this is before like Leah and Miguel really started posting together. And all of a sudden that like Leah and Rob were at this dinner together and like they sat next to each other but did not speak a word. Like they did not like touch arms, like they did not like they
Wait,
were
Leah and Miguel or Leah and Rob?
Leah and Miguel. Like her current boyfriend.
Yeah,
And this was
yeah.
after the show. And like they were at a dinner or whatever. And like they were talking together at this dinner. Like they were not speaking a word. Like my friend said it was like extremely uncomfortable. Like
maybe
she
they were
really
just like in a
felt their-
Maybe they're in a fight.
Yeah, and then I have no clue. Like they might have been in a fight. Like that's so valid. Like no context
Yeah.
behind it, not stating anything behind it. But then like they got into like the Uber after, and like they were like, who gets in the front, who gets in the back, and it was a little like disheveled and a little like angst in it. And then Leah and Miguel ended up like sitting next to each other, and then they ended up like making out in the back of the Uber, and like don't make it to
yeah.
the
So
bar.
they
and,
definitely
like,
were just in a fight or something.
yeah,
Yeah.
but just like so weird. I'm like just like casually hearing this from like one of my friends, and I'm like,
It's crazy.
yeah, I'm like, this is like
They're out and
what?
about.
Like it's crazy that they really have like their whole lives behind that. But yeah,
Yeah, they blew
Anyways.
up so big. Like my sister and Rhea got to interview a couple of them after the island. They were like in Fiji, and none of them knew like how big they were, how loved they
Anything.
were. Like Leah didn't know that she was like literally like cherished on the internet. Like, and that I can't even imagine.
The other
I
seasons
mean, and
weren't that
Kendall
big.
too. Like Kendall coming out and finding out there's buttholes on the fucking internet.
Oh my
like,
god, I felt
you
so
just
bad.
you come out and God knows like how the world feels about you, what someone's revealed about you. Like you don't know any
would
of
be
that
so
stuff.
scary.
It's
How long are they
crazy.
on the island?
for like a month.
Apparently they don't even.
It also depends on how long you last.
I literally did Survivor.
Yeah, I know that.
That's
makes
what
me be
I'm
like,
saying. Like
I'm not gonna talk about it, but like
Yeah.
I can't eat like if Survivor was a month long.
that's exactly
God,
what,
I
like
can't
when
even
I
imagine.
did Surviving Barstool, I literally felt traumatized after like 4 days. That's why I'm saying like it'd be so crazy to do Love Island and then go back on because I feel like
Yeah.
I'd be like a little bit more guarded, like I'd understand a little bit more. But maybe when you're in there, you just like
Or what's like the side island they have? Like, don't they have like a
Casa Amor.
Paradise?
Casa Amor.
Yes, Casa Amor and Paradise. And like they have like that whole other side.
they have like Love
job.
Island games or something.
Yes, and then you can like go back into it. Like that whole lifestyle's insane. And like I literally like after this past season, like I've never known one person to like apply to this show, and all of a sudden, like I feel like 8 of my friends have been like applying to this show, and I'm like, it's just like so crazy that like
Jackie would kill
all of a
it.
sudden everyone's
You would literally kill it.
years ago.
yeah, like
would
let me
literally
get
kill it.
involved now.
I want
It's
you to
like,
fucking go on it.
So do I.
Speaking of Jackie,
You
what's the
would.
next? What's the next topic?
Oh yeah.
everyone would fall in love with you.
I have to pee.
It would be such a problem.